The next part in the puzzle cube is to actually hand draw each of the individual parts separately in an isometric drawing. You should have just completed drawing 3 different puzzle cubes assembled, and we did that in a sliced isometric drawing. And the drawing is actually sliced just so that we can see the inside. But it makes it difficult to actually get a feel for what each piece looks like. And what we're going to do now is draw each piece individually. And after we're done with that, we will go in Inventor and draw them in there. But we're going to begin with the red piece. And the red piece is just 3 blocks stacked on top of each other. And then it has just 2 blocks that come off of that 3-block stack. So to draw that, I'm just going to have a starting point. Each edge for each of the little cubes is 3 boxes. And that is because each box is 1/4 of an inch and each cube is 3/4 of an inch. So each edge that I see in my little slice drawing is 3 boxes. So if I have to do 3 blocks, and there's 3 boxes per block, that will be 9 boxes straight up and down there. So I'll count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll draw that. And I'm drawing very darkly because it's difficult to see on the screen. But in general, you don't want to draw very darkly. And I'll finish off the top. And again, there are 2 more blocks. And in this drawing, they're separated because we sliced the cube so that we could see what was in the back and on the left-hand side. But we're going to draw this as 6 more boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is 1 box deep. And now I'm just going to come down and connect these guys. And that is my L shape. And remember, with isometric drawings, we usually try to shade them to make it easier for the viewer to actually get a feel for the 3-dimensional aspect of the drawing. And so we're going to shade 2 sides. One gets a heavy shade and one gets a light shade. Third side gets no shading. So that's a pretty simple piece, that L shape. The next one that we'll do is the blue piece. And the blue piece is a little more complicated, but when you see how we do it, it's not very difficult, really. We'll begin with this front right edge, and that is 2 boxes. And it's actually kind of a rectangle with a little corner cut out. So I'm going to come over to the upper right-hand side of my paper, and I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that is 2 blocks. And it goes 2 blocks back, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm only going to come up 1 block. So I've kind of done this little drawing right here. I'm going to come up and do a little zigzag, and then I'll finish the top part on that. And that is my block, except there is a little part that juts out from the middle, and that's actually the center piece on the puzzle. So I have to draw this. Now I've drawn that centerpiece. A couple of the lines that I drew previously, hopefully you are drawing lightly. A couple of those lines have to be erased. And there's my blue piece. And again, we're going to shade. I'm going to shade my top part or top surfaces with a heavy shading. And then what is my front surface, I'm going to shade with a very light hatch. And hatching is just lines, parallel lines. And that is my blue piece. So what I would like you to do is draw your next three pieces. If you are drawing my puzzle, make sure that you get permission from me first to do that. If you are drawing my puzzle, these are the two pieces, or two of the pieces that you can begin with. If you are drawing your own puzzle, you have to draw 5 pieces. You should be able to get 5 pieces on the front and back of one sheet of isometric graph paper.